Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally. And this video is very important. So you see, it's how to speak English fluently and correctly. Okay, so really I hope that you'll support this video with your likes and shares here and on Facebook. You know that we have a group on Facebook, and really let's speak English fluently. It means fast and naturally, and let's speak English correctly too. It means without mistakes. Okay, so two very important things. And maybe you have a question how to do it. Really, let's find an answer in this video. Okay, and so I have a short test for you. So how will you say let's find an answer of this question? So in this video, 2 or 4. So which one is correct? Please remember that you say answer to the question. Okay, so I think it's okay that, you know, if we explain so English grammar and vocabulary in context. Okay, so let's find an answer to this question in this video. Okay, really thanks a lot for your likes and shares on this channel and on Facebook as well. So as well means two, as well means two, and on Facebook as well. Okay, very nice. So you can join this group, and you know that you can follow the latest news. So all the links are in the description below. Are you ready? Really, are you ready to start? I hope so. Really, how to speak English fluently and correctly. So is it easy or difficult? So, and this video is very important for your speaking. Yeah, so we also use lots of interesting, very good phrases for speaking. So I know some people think it's really very difficult or it's almost impossible. So impossible means not possible, so it isn't possible. If you ask my opinion, so a very nice phrase. So you can say I think, yeah, but if you say I think all the time, so you know it's a bit boring. So you can say if you ask my opinion, so it means it's my opinion, yeah. I'm sure. So I'm sure it means I really think so. I really think so. It's possible and it's easy. You know, yeah, we often use it in speaking too. So you know, some students think this way. Yeah, the first way, I'm stupid. English isn't for me. Next, I'll never speak English. Yeah. And one more, yeah, idea. It's my greatest dream, but it isn't possible, or it's impossible. So is this situation familiar? Okay, is the situation familiar? Familiar means that, so do you know the situation? So do you know the situation? Is the situation familiar? So I think so. Why does it usually happen? I think it takes place for several reasons. So takes place means, so I think it is for several reasons, or I think the situation is for several reasons, and we say for some reasons, yeah. So you can say that he did it for this reason, he did it for that reason, so for some reason, okay, for a reason. Okay, so they don't know what, so let's talk about these reasons. They don't know how to do it, how to learn English effectively. So effectively means to find the best way, you know, of learning English. So they don't know how to do it. So, you know, maybe they really want to know English, but they don't know what to start with. Okay? And, or, you know, they might have a bad experience. So good phrase, it's a modal verb. Please have a look at our playlist on grammar. So we talked about it. So as far as I remember, they might have a bad experience means maybe they have a bad experience, or they might have a bad experience. Yeah, you know that it's very good. I mean, it's a good idea to use different grammar structures, not just very simple ones. Yeah, present simple or something like that. So modal verbs, conditionals, and other more advanced things or more advanced stuff. Okay, so I often hear a story like this one. Okay, so what is the story is about? I've taken lots of English lessons, so I know the basics of English. Yeah, the basics of English means the most important things. But I can't speak English fluently, so I can't, actually, I can't take part in an English conversation, so I can't speak, so I can't open my mouth, yeah, I can't open my mouth, yeah. So to speak English, it's, some fear, some barrier, and I don't know what to do about it, okay? So I think that this situation can really take place, and it's a real pity. Okay, so you see, I also think that I make mistakes. Yeah, I also think that I make mistakes. So unfortunately, this thing is very widespread. Yeah, widespread. So do you know this word? Have a look at our playlist on English words and study some more. So this thing is very widespread, or I mean, this thing is very common. It means that people often make mistakes, so it's not only so about me, it's not only my story, so other people also do it, and it's a real pity. It's a real pity, means that it's really, it's bad. I feel that it's bad, and yeah, we need to do something about that, so it's a real pity. Okay, and what to do in this situation? What to do in this situation, really? So I can say the following, or you can also say what's the way out of this situation, and I can say the following. Okay, very important information. Okay, yeah, first, think that you can learn English, so say I can learn English. Don't think it's impossible. Yeah, think it's possible. It's possible for everyone, and it's possible for you. So it doesn't depend on your income. So yeah, you know that we say depend on, and income, it's how much money you get or how much money you earn. It doesn't depend on it. So you don't need to pay lots of money. So you don't need to pay lots of money. So if you really want to know English perfectly, so yeah, that's true. So if you really want to speak it completely fluently, so it's more than fluently. Completely fluently means absolutely and correctly. There are lots of resources which you can use. So you can say a lot of, but lots of is more informal, and we often meet it in English conversation. So there are lots of resources which you can use. This channel is no exception. Good phrase. This channel is no exception, so it means that's also true about this channel. So you can also do it on this channel, English Professionally. So you can find lots of useful information here. The quality of this information is very high, really. And you know that I want to change the opinion that free video English lessons aren't good enough. Yeah, that sometimes people think that okay, there are video lessons, there are lots of English video lessons, okay, but I prefer to read a book because the quality, the quality of information which is in the book actually is much better, is much higher. But I want to change the opinion that free video English lessons are good enough, so they can be perfect video English lessons, and not just perfect video English lessons, but perfect video English courses. So with lots of practice, English speaking practice, with exercises for different levels, needs and purposes. So I think that what I'm talking about, right? So next, and I try to produce very good videos. Yeah, and I often hear, but not hear, I mean hear there, but I often hear, it means I often hear with my ears, your videos are amazing. Your videos are amazing. Amazing means very good. Very good. So if you pay money, there is no guarantee that you'll get the information and the knowledge of this quality, okay? So it means that no one can guarantee it. So you can pay, lots of money, but maybe you won't make good progress. Yeah. So if these videos are free, if these video courses are free, it doesn't mean that they are bad. No. So of course not. So people sometimes think so, but I think that's not actually a correct way of thinking this way. Yeah, so you just need to see the quality, you need to look at the quality, high quality, and it's up to you so what to think about this channel. So you have actually, so you can think maybe good or bad things about the channel, so you decide it. Yeah, you decide it. But more and more people are telling me this thing. Yeah, so I'm so happy, really. So actually why I created this channel, just out of love. Yeah, so I really like English, and so I really want other people to know it perfectly, so that they don't pay any money, especially taking into account the situation that many people are poor or they don't have enough money for it. That's true. That's true. Let's look at the reality. So, and two things, so very good quality and for free. Yeah, and they're telling me, and you can also tell me something positive in the comments, in the comments below, or in the comments or messages on Facebook. So that we created this group and it's growing, yeah, day by day. Actually, it's growing fast, and they say we feel real progress. Good. Thank you. And it makes me feel so happy. Yeah, it makes me feel so happy. So if someone tells me, okay, I feel real progress, thank you, so it makes me feel so happy. Okay, but let's go on anyway. And so really you can improve your English greatly without paying money and in a short period of time. So it's my opinion, and I really hope so. Yeah, and you need to understand it. Yeah, you need to understand. So if you think that you don't have money, yeah, to pay for education or to pay for English lessons, I think that's not actually that's not right. So maybe you're on the wrong way. So change your way of thinking, change your attitude towards education and towards online education in particular. Well, so let's get back to the first point. So believe in yourself, feel confidence. Yeah, feel confidence. Try to be confident. Try to be sure. Yeah, have more practice and you'll be sure that your English is good. So don't give up. Yeah, don't get depressed. Find the most effective way of learning English. So you can do it here. I think that's it's a really good way. So you can try different methods and choose the most suitable way of learning English. So really, that if someone tells you, okay, so I think it's a good idea to learn English this way, but don't think that it's the best way. So you can try it and see the result. So that actually, so all these videos are aimed at a very good result. Yeah, so that so there are lots of videos, and there are so many videos, but all these videos are aimed at the result. So that's why we are doing it. And so what we are doing right now, it's a very good English speaking practice, and also it's a very good English listening practice, yeah, for different levels. Okay, so suitable way, it means the best way of learning English. Okay, good. The best way of learning English, which really works. Okay, good. Next, very important thing, study the basics of grammar. So most important thing of grammar. That sometimes you hear that English grammar isn't important. So I can disagree, really, I can disagree. And so I'll tell you why. Well, you may feel, it means maybe you feel that you don't need grammar to speak well. As for me, I can disagree with this statement, or I can disagree with this thing. Yeah, I can disagree with it. it's very important to feel confidence while speaking. So confidence, it's a feeling when you are sure that your English is correct. So while speaking, let's say while doing something, it's English grammar, so you can say while speaking, or when speaking, it means when you speak. So what can bring confidence? So how can you get it? So I think two things: a regular practice, so you need to practice, speaking English regularly. So you need to read a lot, you need to listen, but I believe that first of all you need to listen a lot and see the text at the same time, okay? And a very good knowledge of English grammar. A very good knowledge of English grammar is really so important. I think that's clear. So what a regular practice means, I think that's clear. So it's easy to understand it. You need to practice speaking English every day. Please remember that we say practice doing something. So you know that we have lots of interesting video courses on English grammar, and we have a great course. I'm sure that you like it. 35 gerund verbs. So, and we look at 35 verbs and phrases, and you use ing after these verbs. It's very important. We say practice doing something English every day with different speakers. So the more practice, the better. It means that if you have more practice, it's better. So as people, practice makes perfect. It means that practice makes your English perfect, or it makes practice, it makes something perfect. So the more you do, the more progress you make. So that's absolutely right. Good phrase. You can say I absolutely agree with you, or that's absolutely right. Some people think that they will make progress in English if they are taught by a native speaker. It's passive voice, because this action is done by someone. You see the form of the verb to be and past participle. So if they are taught by a native speaker, but it isn't so really, I don't think so. So it's good to speak, it's good to speak with native speakers, but it isn't the key element of success. It means key element means most important element, or most important thing which can bring you success. So there are other very important things, and I think that you shouldn't close your eyes on these things, you shouldn't be blind, okay? So you can speak with non-native speakers of English, and it will be very good for your progress too, So it's also good. That students often, want, just to speak with native speakers, but I know that non-native speakers, if they have a very good level of English, if they know English perfectly, they can also guide you and correctly. So because they understand how to learn English, from their own life experience, they did it, and actually they came through it. It was difficult, but they managed to learn English. So they know different things about grammar and so on. It can be also very good. And if your level is, if your English level is advanced, it's better to speak with native speakers more. So that's right. So we won't deny it. So we won't say no. But you can, speak with non-native speakers too. It's good. So what about confidence and grammar? So confidence, it's a feeling when you are sure that English is correct, so it's good. And grammar. So as far as I'm concerned, a very nice phrase for speaking. So you can say as for me, or as far as I'm concerned. So you express your opinion. So you want to say what you think. I feel really confident. I feel really confident. That's true. And that I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of speaking. So we say afraid of doing something. I'm not afraid of speaking. I can talk for hours. I can talk for hours, in English. So it's because I know English grammar very well, and I know that I speak English correctly. I'm really sure that I speak English correctly, and it's such a pleasant feeling. And I also know that most people don't have such a feeling. So let me give you an example. For example, you live in Russia, and you want to translate one sentence from Russian into English, For example, you want to say something and maybe you can't find the correct word, maybe which means improve. Yeah, so I want to improve my English greatly. So do you know the meaning of this verb? So okay, do you know? Okay, so if you know, it's very good. So but I think that you said it in your language, in your first language, but the best way of learning English is to explain everything in English. Yeah, it's the best method of learning English. For example, if someone asks me, so what does it improve mean? What does improve mean? And I'll say it means to make better. So for example, I can say I want to make my English better, right? Or I want to improve my English, I want to improve my grammar, I want to improve my listening skills, I want to improve my speaking skills, how I speak, I want to improve my writing skills, how I write, and so on. Yeah, so you need to explain everything in English. So I think it's a great idea. So if a teacher can do it, and you need to see lots of examples and listening, and more listening practice. Okay, so greatly. So what conclusion can we make? So it's often a matter of vocabulary too. A matter of vocabulary, it means that it's also about vocabulary, or vocabulary is also very important. So you need to know more English words, and we have great video courses, that 2000 English words, 2500 English words, or 2000 and a half English words. And we're going to do much more with the support, where you learn English words for different levels in contests. We're going to create this playlist. Why not? So but vocabulary is really so important. It's a very important thing. Okay, the next question is, what about grammar? Okay, well, let's get back to it, or let's return. Okay, so let me give you one more example. So maybe you want to translate the following. Okay, and you translate it. And let's translate it from English into your first language, if possible. Try to translate it. I have been learning English for 2 years, and I have been to England many times. So I think that you understand the meaning of these sentences, but maybe not absolutely. But it's easy to translate. But from English into your first language, but it isn't so easy to make up these sentences. And to make up English sentences successfully, you need to know English grammar perfectly. And I really hope that you'll support the idea of creating so long and very effective playlists. So lessons, where you will learn English grammar step by step, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, for different levels. So with different exercises inside. So I have been learning English for 2 years. It's present perfect continuous. Have been plus verb plus ing. So we use it because of for. Please have a look at our videos on grammar. So all English tenses. It's a very important thing. And I have been to England many times. So two things which can't be left out, which can't be ignored. So you see many times. So it's used present perfect. There is a connection with the present, and you know that we say been to in present perfect. It's also a very important thing. And an ideal thing is that when you understand every small detail when you speak English, and thanks to it, so you can get confidence. Okay, so good. So the problem is that English learners don't notice their mistakes really, and they don't understand that they make mistakes. So if so, we can't say that they speak English correctly. So if they want to speak English correctly, or in other words, good phrase, in other words, if they don't want to speak English incorrectly, it's the opposite word, correctly and incorrectly, if they want to avoid making mistakes, we say avoid doing something, okay? Avoid making mistakes. I mean, if they want, if they don't want to make mistakes, yeah, avoid, when you don't want to do it, they need to know English grammar. Yeah, and I hope the videos on the channel can really help. So we have good, full or complete video courses. Well, and it's a very important thing. I'd also like to draw your attention to the second thing. Yeah, okay, maybe it's, I said it actually a bit fast. Anyway, yeah, it's about vocabulary. You need to know this vocabulary. Draw your attention to the second thing. It means that I want you actually to look at the second thing, so with attention, with concentration. So I'd also like you. I'd also like to draw your attention to the second thing. Draw attention, or it means that I want you to draw actually the attention to the second thing, to look at the second thing, yeah. And if you don't know grammar, it can lead to the following situation. Lead to, you say lead to, or the following situation can be the result. So you often stop, so you don't know, so is it right or wrong? So you ask for, oh, is it right? So is it correctly? Oh, it's, it's so, you feel so uncomfortable. So, and actually, I was in this situation, and actually, I don't like it. So I know how actually it feels. And you often stop, you aren't full of confidence, or you're unsure, you speak English slowly, and all these things have a negative effect on communication, yeah? So it has a negative effect, so you feel uncomfortable, and maybe it isn't so comfortable for your speaking partner. Okay, and so my advice, so my recommendations or my tips, so these words so mean the same. Study grammar if you want to gain confidence. Gain confidence means get confidence. If you want to be sure, study grammar. So you need to understand why you use this or that word, why you use this or that preposition, why you use this or that article. So you need to understand it. So, and you won't, feel stupid and uncomfortable. Gain confidence in speaking. Well done. So it's worth doing it. It means that it's a good idea for you to do it. Next, second, find the best resources for you. Yeah, find the best resources for you. And you can find actually lots of materials on this channel, English Professionally. I'll try to be short, okay? Study grammar. It's absolutely essential. It means absolutely essential, very nice phrase for speaking, so it's very important. If you really want to speak English correctly, study grammar. Next, third thing, don't be afraid of making mistakes. So I don't know why, but since I think, okay, so I can make a mistake and it's terrible. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. So we learn from mistakes. So have more and more practice, and you'll make some mistakes, but you'll work on your grammar and you'll be making fewer and fewer mistakes. So it's obvious, it's clear. Okay, speak, and speak. Listen. Don't be afraid. So we learn. It's okay. We work on ourselves. We work on our English, and we try to make it better. Okay. So if you have an opportunity to speak English, so it means that if you have an opportunity, or if you have a chance, yeah, if you have this chance, don't miss this opportunity. It means don't actually go by. So don't think that you don't need it. So please take this opportunity to start speaking, start speaking English. Although means but, or if your knowledge of English isn't perfect, yeah. So even so your English can be so maybe elementary, so pre-intermediate. It's okay. Just have more practice. So, and listen to English speech more. It's an extremely important thing. So since can choose two things, yeah. So learning with the book and learning with good video lessons. And that if I had this a choice, I would, I'd prefer to actually watch good video lessons. So you can, especially if you see the text and you can actually listen to it, it's much more effective. So I can, it's for me, maybe it's another thing for you, but I just told you what I think about that, okay? So, and not only is it important for your speaking, it's inversion, not only is it, the opposite word order. So we say it is important, but if it's an inversion, we say is it important, the opposite word order for your speaking, but it's also necessary. It means important for improving your pronunciation, so how you pronounce different words, intonation, vocabulary, and listening skills. And listening skills is so important. So you can't speak English fluently if you don't understand your partners, right? So maybe you can speak a lot, maybe you can speak for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. But if you don't understand your speaking partner, so you can't react to his words, you can't interact effectively, and so it's very bad. It means that you need to train your listening skills. Just listen more videos like this. So when you see the text and you listen, and you can do other things and listen to it, do it daily and regularly. It's so important, really. Well, you need to keep the conversation going, So actually, so you need to speak and your partner needs to speak. You ask question and he or she answers this or that question. So, and it should be done naturally, in a natural way. And it's also about communication and interaction. So how you communicate and interact, so with your speaking partner. So you can watch different videos on the channel and it will help you improve your listening skills greatly. I hope so. Greatly means a lot. It will help you a lot. So have a good plan and follow it. It's also very important to have a plan or to have a program. So it's very important to do it. It's some kind of time management. So that we should manage our time better. Personally, I don't like wasting time. So when I do nothing. So our life is very short. It's very short, and they say, or people say, time flies. It passes very quickly, so we can't get it back. So, and really, I need to do something, and I need to manage my time very effectively, so very well. Personally, and what is time? So, it's a philosophical issue, so it's a philosophical thing, it's about philosophy. I think that time is a treasure. A treasure, it's like gold, It's like gold or silver, or it's like a very big diamond, Some precious stones, but actually I think it's much more than any material things, Much more. It can be found and used, treasure, or it can be hidden. So really, but time flies, as I said, it passes very quickly, and we look at money, we can lose it or spend it, okay? So so you can earn money or you can get money, then you spend money, it's okay. So you can earn money again, but you can't, so maybe if you are 30, for example, so you can't be 20 again, or you can't be 15 again. No past. There is only present and future. So this way ahead, and so but then we can find or earn it, money, but that's not about time, So as for time, or there is a nice phrase, as far as, okay, you can say as far as I'm concerned, or you say as far as something is concerned, okay? So as far as time is concerned, we can't get it back. So it's a very, it's a very special resource. We only have the time ahead, so now and in our future. Our time in the past is in eternity. It's in eternity, So it's something philosophical, it's in eternity. So we can't measure it. It's up to us how to use our talents and time. So we need to use our talents and time, we need to develop them. And you know, I wish you a very good time management. So not only English progress, yeah, you know, because if you really want to make good English progress, you need to have a very good time management. It's a very important skill. So if you have more time, if you manage it better, it will be great. So that will be more than just great, it will be fantastic, yeah, amazing. So that will be a very big step forward in finding more time for English, I mean for English and for learning English effectively and for other things as well. So if you have more time for English, your speaking skills and grammar will be getting better and better, so it's a fact. It's undeniable, so we can't deny it, so it's easy to see. So, okay, my friends, I wish you all the best, and certainly good progress in English, or we can also say a rapid progress in English. It's a collocation, so really, let's speak English naturally, not just things good, bad. So yeah, try to use more advanced vocabulary, and that's what we're doing right now. So you know, actually we are actually making good progress, and we actually enjoy this process. Yeah, very nice thing. So our dreams come true. Okay, thanks for the support. Thanks for your likes and shares here on the channel English Professional and in our group on Facebook. Okay, thanks a lot, and really actually I feel so poor, and sometimes and actually especially at the present time I have a feeling that I'm the poorest person in the world. I'm the poorest person in the world, really. But poorest not in terms of money, material things, but in terms of another thing. So you do a lot for me, yeah, you support me, but I do very little. So, and just really I need to make my videos and video courses better, and I need to take your needs and advice into account or into consideration, and I'll try to do it better and to be, you know, at least a bit richer. But I feel so poor. Okay, I'll try to be better and better, and try this, you know, to make this channel really a huge library of video courses for all needs and purposes. So no matter where you live, I mean, no matter so where are you from, so no matter how old are you. So, and you know, actually I believe that there are no borders for communication. There are no borders. So if you live in India, in the United States, in Brazil, it's okay. So, and people say, and some people believe that there are no borders for love, and I also believe that there are no borders for communication. And maybe you're very far from me, but I don't think that you're far. I think that you are near. So it's a feeling because, you know, we belong to one community, yeah, and we are strong together, only together. And really, I'd like to wish you all the best in life and good English progress as well. So maybe you may think that I'm a bit talkative, but it's, you know, it's also for our English progress, and I think that these are very important things which can't be left out. So left out, ignored is a phrasal verb. Also have a look at our playlist on phrasal verb. Okay, well, so I feel that you need maybe more advanced listening speaking practice. So no problem. So I think that you feel like having this kind of thing. All right, so thanks a lot. See you. Bye. Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally. So, and this video is very important. So you see, it's how to speak English fluently and correctly. Okay, so really I hope that you'll support, yeah, this video with your likes and shares here and on Facebook. You know that we have a group on Facebook, and really let's speak English fluently. It means fast and naturally, and let's speak English correctly too. It means without mistakes. Okay, so two very important things. And maybe you have a question how to do it. Really, let's find an answer in this video, okay? And so I have a short test for you. So how will you say, let's find an answer of to this question. So in this video, 2 or 4. So which one is correct? Yeah, you know that it's very good. I think it's a good idea to use different grammar structures, not just very simple ones, yeah, present simple or something like that. So modal verbs, conditions, and other more advanced things or more advanced stuff. Okay, so I often hear a story like this one. Okay, so what is the story is about? I've taken lots of English lessons, so I know the basics of English. Yeah, the basics of English means the most important things, but I can't speak English fluently, so I can't, actually I can't take part in an English conversation, so I can't speak, so I can't open my mouth, yeah, I can't open my mouth, yeah, so to speak English, it's, some fear, some barrier, and I don't know what to do about it, okay? So I think that this situation can really take place, and it's a real pity. Okay, so you see, I also think that I make mistakes, yeah, I also think that I make mistakes, so unfortunately, this thing is very widespread. Yeah, widespread. So do you know this? I think it takes place for several reasons. So takes place means so I think it is for several reasons, or I think the situation is for several reasons, and we say for some reasons, yeah? So you can say that he did it for this reason, he did it for that reason, so for some reason, okay? For a reason. Okay, so they don't know, so let's talk about these reasons. They don't know how to do it, how to learn English effectively. So effectively means to find the best way, of learning English. So they don't know how to do it. So, maybe they really want to know English, but they don't know what to start with, okay? And or they might have a bad experience. So good phrase, it's a modal verb. Please have a look at our playlist on grammar, so we talked about it. So as far as I remember, they might have a bad experience means maybe they have a bad experience, or they might have a bad experience. Impossible, so impossible means not possible, so it isn't possible. If you ask my opinion, so a very nice phrase. So you can say I think, yeah, but if you say I think all the time, so it's a bit boring. So you can say if you ask my opinion, so it means it's my opinion, yeah. I'm sure, so I'm sure it means I really think so, I really think so. It's possible and it's easy. Yeah, we often use it in speaking too, so some students think this way. Yeah, the first way, I'm stupid, English isn't for me. Next, I'll never speak English, yeah. And one more, yeah, idea, it's my greatest dream, but it isn't possible, or it's impossible. So is this situation familiar? Okay, is the situation familiar? Familiar means that, so do you know the situation? So do you know the situation? Is the situation familiar? So I think so. Why does it usually happen? Please remember that you say answer to the question, okay? So I think it's okay that, if we explain so English grammar and vocabulary in context, okay? So let's find an answer to this question in this video, okay? Really, thanks a lot for your likes and shares on this channel and on Facebook as well. So as well means to, as well means to, and on Facebook as well. Okay, very nice. So you can join this group, and you know that you can follow the latest news. So all the links are in the description below. Are you ready? Really, are you ready to start? I hope so. Really, how to speak English fluently and correctly. So is it easy or difficult? So, and this video is very important for your speaking. Yeah, so we also use lots of interesting, very good phrases for speaking. So I know some people think it's really very difficult, or it's almost